There's no easy way to say this, so let's just rip the band-aid. Superman's parents want Superman to rape and pillage the entirety of Earth and turn it into his empire. And a lot of people are upset over that. But I really like the change. By the way, I'm just gonna throw us out there. I like Joker too. That probably discredit my whole argument here. But anyway, I like this change. I've seen so many discourse on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff. Just everybody like, oh my god, what have you done? What have you done to jor-el? What have you done to jor-el? He's the nicest guy around. He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder? Superman was sent to Earth to rape and pillage the entirety of Earth and basically enslave them and make it his own Kyrptonian empire. Wait, did James Gunn steal this from Invincible?
Are you sure?
Like, this is maybe one of the biggest changes that we've ever seen in the Superman mythos, movie-wise, even bigger than like a lot of the stuff in Man of Steel. And yet I love it. I love the change. I love the change because it implies so many things. Like, first of all, I know canonically and historically and like for almost a century, if not already a century, Superman's birth parents, Jor-el and Kal-El, I forgot his mother's names. Sorry. I know they are really wholesome, good people, scientists, and they're like, Superman, we're gonna send you to Earth. And usually they don't have much premise. I'm not gonna lie. They don't really give Superman they don't really send Superman with the hope to be like Earth's champion. It's implied, not even implied, it's straight up said that his birth parents from Krypton are the ones that give him his inspiration to fight. Like, they're the ones that give him all his morals and all the blah 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 ideals to be the champion, Earth savior, help as many people as you can. And that's usually always from his Earth parents, you know, Mom, Pa, Kent. That's always from them. That's very rarely from the scientists. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't read every comic out there. I'm a huge nerd, but I haven't read every comic out there. But that's usually their standpoint. And that's honestly what I would say the weakest point. I feel like his Earth parents should have taken more presence in the story. But that's like a whole nother rant. That's a whole different rant. The point of this is I love the change that his parents from Krypton are pretty evil. Like, they're pretty evil. I like that because it's something I don't think we've seen before. Correct me if I'm wrong again. And I don't want to hear about any like Elseworld stories. I'm talking about in the main continuity. I haven't seen that before. Like, when they're pretty downright nasty. Like, Superman's Kryptonian parents have never really been that important to Superman's mythos. And I know you could see his like AI father and his, oh my god, why can't I remember what Superman's layer is called right now? But I know you see his like ghost of a father a lot in his lair, and that's usually some guidance, but honestly it's always his Earth parents that have set out his morals and rights for him and show him what it is to be human. And the movie got that right. To what extent they showed that is a different story, but honestly it's more than they showed in Man of Steel over what, a decade. So the point is, once again, Superman's parents sent him to Earth to pillage the Earthlings, and I like it because of the implications it has for the future of the DCU. Major spoilers once again, but first of all, General Zod will make so much more sense. They don't really have to explain that much anymore. Pretty much every Kryptonian you see that comes to Earth besides Supergirl is usually evil, and they have to go out their way to backbend and be like, why are they evil? Blah 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 blah. When the rest of them seem like normal people, why would these ones be so drastically evil? And now it's like, cool, these guys are working kind of like Viltrumites now, and they would do anything they can to make sure their gene pool is gonna keep going. So when we see General Zod, whenever he shows up in this continuity, when you see him coming, we know exactly what he's standing for, and it's no longer a battle between strength. It's no longer just Superman wins because he's stronger than General Zod. It's gonna be a more ethically challenged fight, which it usually is, but I feel like it's gonna have even deeper standing now because it's not Superman just fighting for the power of Earth. It's Superman fighting once again to prove his birth parents wrong and saying that no, your ways are wrong. My parents were wrong. Those weren't my true parents. Mom, Pa, Kent were my true parents. We'll get to see a physical representation of that battle whenever he fights General Zod. If that happens, villains. Because usually when we see General Zod come, he's like, General Zod, I'm evil. I know Kyrptonians are gone now. What are you doing, Superman? That we should be getting this Earth ready for the new dawn of the Kyrptonian Empire. And now that we see them fight again, it's gonna be strong, and the lust. Sorry, is lust the wrong word? Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be such an ideological battle, because Superman's best stories aren't when he just fights the strongest person out there. You know, that's gonna get stale. If you want that, just go see not even Darkseid. Darkseid will only give you a taste of that. But just go see the death of Superman. You know, go see him fight Doomsday. If you want Superman just to punch really hard and show off his true strength, just see him fight Doomsday. And you need to only do that once, because when he goes all out, it's either he kills whatever he's fighting or he dies. But now we get to see Superman, and he might even be able to convince General Zod. But again, that's not even the tip of the iceberg. My favorite part about this change comes with Supergirl. It comes with Supergirl, because Supergirl, if you don't know Supergirl's origins, she is not like Clark Kent. She was not sent off as a baby. She was sent off as a teenager usually, or as a child. She has a vivid memory of Krypton. That's what I'm trying to say here. And now that she's in the DCU, let's just assume she also came to this world as a teenager. So that means she grew up with Kryptonian ideals, she remembers Krypton, and she's from the same family as Kal-El, Superman. So she's also came here to help Kal-El and pillage Earth. Usually how this goes, by the way, she gets sent off course, man grows up, and she comes back, time, wompy, black hole, convoluted BS, you know, whatever it is. She comes back, her baby cousin is now 10 years older than her, and he's 30 and she's still a teenager. That's usually how it works, and that seems to be how it works here, because it seems to be more of like an older brother kind of role for him from what I saw in the movie. So I definitely think she's a teenager in that. And when we see her, she is screwed up. She is partying every day. She's drunk. She is a mess. She doesn't have any care for her well-being or others' well-being from the whole movie, as you can see with Crypto. But obviously she didn't tell Kal-El what she came here to do, and she didn't try to do what she came here to do, probably because she saw Superman and they had a conversation and blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, she came here as a conqueror. Most likely she came here with the attempt to conquer Earth, saw her baby cousin, 30 years old, was saving Earth all around, and now her world was just flipped completely upside down. So now, just imagine everything you thought you were doing right is now completely wrong. Your whole existence was just turned upside down, and the one person you had in this entire Earth that can maybe understand believes in the complete opposite of everything you believe in and what you were taught to believe in. Like, no wonder she is so messed up. No one, like, Supergirl is not just gonna be like a drunk throughout this. She's a tragic character in disguise, and that's just a cameo. That was like a 10-second cameo. And yeah, I see from my perspective, I may be reaching so far here, but I see like depth in her eyes. I see the depth of like Logan, like someone that's just like so defeated and beat up, they're just gonna give in to all these vices because she doesn't know how to handle anything else. Like, no wonder she doesn't want to be on Earth. She came there to conquer it. And now her baby cousin has basically taken over as Earth's champion instead of Earth ruler. You know, she's pretty much Nolan from Invincible. She's pretty much Nolan from Invincible after the prison arc. If you've seen that, I'm not going to spoil Invincible anymore. But like, I'm so excited for the future of the DCU, especially what they do with Supergirl. I can't imagine how just baffled she's gonna be, because usually, you know, she's on the same type timing as Superman. She's like, I'm here to help Earth if I can. That's not really what she's told. That's not even really what Superman's told, to be honest. Usually he's just there to be stowed away. He's just there to live out his life. He doesn't really have a mission or anything. All his parents really wanted from him was just to be alive. That was the whole thing. Superman's parents never had that much agency until this year. Correct me if I'm wrong again, but I think Absolute Superman is the most we've ever seen Superman's parents do anything that wasn't in like a far flashback or dream sequence, just like straight up Superman's parents doing stuff. And then that is a Elseworld story, from my knowledge, where they're basically ruthless, rebellious crime fighters, and they send Superman to Earth again. But this is what I'm saying. I don't think this change is like a bastardization. I think it's a drastic change. I think it's a pretty ruthless change. It's honestly, if we saw this and Man of Steel, people would go crazy. I understand why people are going crazy over this, but honestly, these characters were never that huge to the mythos, and it seems like they are. It seems like they are because like they're the birth parents of Superman. They're the ones that sent him to Earth, but honestly, they didn't have any relevance after they did that. And I'm including the AI version of Superman's dad, because half the time he isn't even there. I like this change. I like them being little evil guys, and I like All-Star Superman where the more spoilers, but I like All-Star Superman where two Kyrptonians break out, I think it's like a tiny city that Brainiac made, and they instantly get to work on conquering Earth. It makes so much sense. It's gonna make so much sense down the line, guys, because every Kyrptonian we see is usually evil, and it's like, well, was Superman's family the only good guys? Probably not. But then again, why does every Kyrptonian we see turn out evil after them? Because there's no one outside of Superman's bloodline that's good. Is in an like, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I like this change. This change a lot, and I think it's gonna create new exciting stories that we haven't seen before without breaking these characters too much. I think the biggest change we're gonna see is Supergirl. Oh, one more time. One of my favorite Supergirl stories is when she turns into a Red Lantern, and we already know they're setting up the Green Lanterns. This is my biggest stretch in this whole video. Just sit with me, but after this is over. Supergirl has a history way back when, I think it was in the New 52, where she was just like so engulfed in rage. This is like the whole thing of the Red Lanterns. You get so engulfed in rage that you literally, I believe you like throw up your heart or something. Like your life source becomes your rage itself, and you can't take off your ring. I don't even remember what led to that in the New 52 or whenever that happened, but it would make so much sense now. This would be such a good, crazy layup for them if they did this right. Again, your whole world dies. Your mission is failed. Your only lifeline, your only like relative, the only other person of your entire species doesn't believe in anything you believe in, like the complete opposite, and is saving the people you were sent to conquer. I would be so angry. And lost and confused. I'd be filled with rage. Supergirl, Red Lantern ring, that is like on film, that would be the craziest thing ever. Maybe even too crazy for them to do. But from what I've seen in that Superman movie, this is the closest we've ever gotten to it. And I never even thought I wanted to see this kind of storyline again, but they have the perfect layup to it. So good. Guys, just believe. Just believe isn't a good thing. But in the case of Superman, I think it's not that bad of an addition.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
Wow. Yeah, please do not demonetize me. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this, because I've seen a lot of rage over this change, and I agree. It's a crazy change. I agree it's a change, but I don't think it's a bad one. That's just my opinion.
Think, Mark!